Hey guys, hi, hello, namaste, adab, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, vanakkam, and khamma ghani to all of you. Guys, welcome once again to today's class. This is your Prodigy series for ICSE 10th, and the topic we are doing today is factorization of polynomials. This is session 2. If you all remember, in the previous session, guys, we have discussed about remainder theorem and factor theorem. I gave you a homework question as well. Alright, so once again I would like to request all of you guys that once you are done watching this video, do attempt the homework question and let me know what is the answer in the comment section below. Alright guys, so I hope all of you are very excited, and in this topic we will be learning how to factorize polynomials, and this is a very important topic because this factorization will be useful for us whenever we are solving any equation which is a polynomial, where every time we have to solve it using factorization. So this topic holds a very much important place in your syllabus, because in the higher grades also, even you are solving the question of physics or you are solving a question of maths, factorization will help you to get the roots of any equation, be it cubic, quadratic, anything. Alright, so that is why this topic is very important. Okay bachcho, so this is very important that at certain time, like with this guidance, what happens is, like suppose as a teacher I'll give you this guidance that okay guys, this is a very important topic not only for this class but for the upcoming years as well. So those students who are like, who knows that sir I'm going to take science, maths, all right, they'll remember that okay, this topic is very important. Similarly, those students who know that they are going to take SST, so your social studies teacher will tell you that okay, this topic is very important. So this guidance is very important if we are talking about a focused way of studying, if we are talking about a scheduled and a strategic way of studying. All right, so I would like that all of you find this guidance. All right, it may be in the form of your parents, it may be from your elder siblings, because who has gone through this examination and who knows about this, and you also get it from your teachers as well. All right, and you can get it from here at Vedantu as well. Okay guys, so I'll tell you about more things what you can get at Vedantu, but let's first start our session. All right, so guys, my name is Gopal Paliwal, and I am a master teacher of mathematics here at Vedantu. I have done my graduation from IIT Dhanbad and been teaching from the past 5 years. All right, so this is all about myself. Now, as I have told you guys that I have given you a homework question in the previous grade, in the previous class, sorry, not in the previous grade, in the previous class I have given you a homework question, and let's see how do we solve that question. So what does the question says? Listen here carefully. Find a if the two polynomials ax cube plus 3x square minus 9 and 2x cube plus 4x plus a leave the same remainder when divided by x plus 3. So we are doing the division of the two polynomials with the same divisor x plus 3, and we get same remainder in both the cases. So let's see the first division. Alright, so I have ax cube plus 3x square minus 9 divided by x plus 3. So if I use remainder theorem, guys, all of us know x plus 3, I will write equal to 0. So we will get x equal to minus 3. Now I can say, let's say in this case we get remainder as r1. So r1 will be equal to value of the dividend, which is, let's say, px, at x equal to minus 3. So remainder will be equal to p of minus 3, which means a into minus 3 cube plus 3 into minus 3 square minus 9. So r1 is minus 3 cube is minus 27. So minus 27a minus 3 square is 9, 3s are 27 plus 27 minus 9. So r1 is equal to minus 27a plus 18. Alright, this is my first equation. Second, when we are doing the division, in the second case, when we do the division, so second case is we are dividing 2x cube plus 4x plus a again with x plus 3. This is a. So let's say in this case your remainder is r2. I can clearly say r2 will be again here beta x plus 3 we will make it equal to 0, x is equal to minus 3. So R2, let's say this is the polynomial f of x. So R2 will be equal to f, value of f of x at x equal to minus 3. So it will be equal to 2 into minus 3 cube plus 4 into minus 3 in plus a. So what are you adding? 2 into minus 3 cube. Minus 3 cube is 27. Minus 27 into 2 is minus 54. Minus 12 plus a. So it will be equal to 4 plus 2, 6 minus 66 plus a. So this is the value of R2. Beta, we know that we have same remainder. That means I can clearly say R1 is equal to R2. Right? So we can say, sir, R1 is equal to R2. What is R1 equal to? Sir, R1 is equal to minus 27a plus 18. So I can say minus 27a plus 18 is equal to R2. What is R2? R2 is equal to, what is R2 guys? R2 is minus 66 plus a. So it will be equal to minus 66 plus a. But now what we need to do, we need to find out the value of a. Okay, so let's shift a on one side and constants on the other side. So we'll get minus 27a. This plus a will become minus a, is minus 66 minus 18. So you got minus 28a is equal to 8, 6 plus 8 is 14, power 1, 8, 6 plus 1, 7, 8, minus 84. Negative to negative got cancelled. A is equal to 84 by 28, which means a is equal to 3. Alright, so a equal to 3 will be our correct answer. Alright beta, so this is how this question can be solved. Make the remainders equal. Now who are our homework students or homework stars? So the homework stars for the previous session are Aman Goyat and Trisha Singh. Both of you have given the correct answer. So very well done guys. Huge applause from my side to both of you. Alright, very well done bacho. Now come to today's topic, which is factorization of polynomials. I have already introduced myself guys. My name is Gopal Paliwal. Alright, now let's move ahead. So first session is already over. We are done with remainder theorem and factor theorem. The next session, factorization of polynomials. This will be learning with the help of factor theorem. How do we factorize polynomials? This will be done with the help of factor theorem. So by the end of this session, you'll be able to solve questions like this. Alright, don't worry, it's very easy. Alright, now let's look at the questions first. So factorization, what is a factorization? Factorization is like for like numbers. You have talked about prime factorization. Like 15, I can write it as 3 into 5. Suppose let's say 45, I can write as 3 into 3 into 5. So this is like breaking a number into smaller prime numbers. Writing a number as product of prime numbers. It's called prime factorization. Now factorization of polynomial means writing a polynomial as a product of other polynomials, which will be called its factors. Alright, so factorization means writing a polynomial as a product of other polynomials, and those polynomials which will be written as product, they will be called its factors. Alright, okay? So that means when you multiply all of them, you get the required factor. Alright, so a bit of try to understand how do we use the factor theorem to factorize polynomials. All of us know that fx, if we have a polynomial fx and a real number, let's say a, if f of a is equal to 0, then x minus a will be a factor. Dekho, factor theorem mein beta we have studied. Let me tell you how do we got this. If you remember, in the factor theorem we have learned that, sir, when say fx is divided by x minus a, if the remainder is equal to 0, we can say x minus a is a factor of f of x. Okay? Now how do you get remainder 0? How do you get remainder 0? So obviously beta you use remainder theorem in this. तो using remainder theorem, when you use remainder theorem, what do you get? First thing, first step, make x minus a equal to 0. You will get x equal to a, and then I can say, sir, remainder will be equal to value of this f of x at x equal to a. And if remainder is equal to 0, I can say f of a is equal to 0. Right? I know that if a polynomial's value becomes equal to 0 at any value of x, from here I can say x equal to a is a 0 of f of x. Yes or no? 0 of a polynomial, that is the same meaning. So now understand these two. We can get a relationship between 0 and a factor of a polynomial f of x. So for example, let's say we have a polynomial f of x, and let's write its factors, and respectively we can say what will be its zeros. Okay? Suppose if its factor is, let's say, x minus a. Let's say its factor is x minus a. How will you get it 0? It's very easy, beta. Make x minus a equal to 0. You will get x equal to a as your 0. If my factor is x plus a, make x plus a equal to 0, you will get x equal to minus a as your 0. Now suppose if, let's say, x equal to b is a 0. If x equal to b is a 0, how do you get a factor? The factor you will get by shifting b over there. Shifting b, it will get x minus b. So this is very important. How do you go from factor to zeros to factor? That is why I have written it over here, this result directly, that if x equal to a is a 0 of a polynomial, x minus a will be a factor. X equal to a is a 0. Shift a over there, x minus a is a factor. And opposite also, if x minus a is a factor, make it equal to 0, x equal to a will be a 0. Okay? So this conversion is very important. Now once we have learned this conversion, then understanding the factorization will become very easy. Understanding the factorization is going to become very easy. For example, guys, let's say I have a polynomial p of x, and let's say it is a cubic polynomial. What I'll say? Let's say it is a cubic polynomial. So beta, if you remember, we have told you that a polynomial can have maximum number of zeros equal to degree of the polynomial. Whatever is degree, that many maximum zeros it can have. Same way, a polynomial, if it has suppose 3 zeros, if it is a cubic polynomial, generally now we get all the cubic polynomial with 3 zeros, but less than 3 is also possible. But for now, we will get everywhere 3 zeros. So if a polynomial has 3 zeros possible, for each 0 there will be a factor. So a cubic polynomial will have 3 factors, right? So let us write this cubic polynomial px as a product of 3 factors, which is, let's say, x minus a into x minus b into x minus c. Alright, then only now when you will multiply all these 3, at the end you will get x cube, which will be becoming a cubic factor. So remember, a cubic factor can have maximum 3 factors, and all those 3 factors will be a linear factor. Ab dekho beta, this game we need to understand. This is how a polynomial is represented in the form of its factors. Now suppose if I tell you that you know any one of these factors and the other two you don't know. So what's the simple logic which you are going to give? Obviously, sir, if I know x minus a, I'll do simple thing. I'll shift x minus a over there. It will go in division. So I will get x minus b into x minus c. So if I divide this polynomial with x minus a, I will get my remaining 2 factors. That is the main logic behind using factorization of polynomials. So I'll show you that with the help of examples. But other than that, suppose there are some polynomials which are very easy. So some of them can be solved with taking common. Suppose if I have x square plus x, I can take x common, x plus 1. So this is also a factorization, x into x plus 1. Grouping, like when you do splitting the middle term, in the next step 4 terms are there, you take 2 common from the first term, 2 common from the second term, then again take common. So that is grouping. Splitting the middle terms we have done. Difference of the square, if I have a square minus b square, I know it is equal to a plus b into a minus b. and sum or difference of the cubes. But if it is a cube plus b cube, I know the identity a plus b, sorry, into a square plus b square minus ab, and if we have a cube minus b cube, it will be a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab. So this is a direct factorization, we know them. Okay, these are the 5 ways. Most important one which I am going to tell, factorization of cubic or biquadratic equation, that is what we are going to learn now. Okay, let's look at a question. Let us learn it with the help of an example. Okay, bachcho, देखो what the question is saying. Using the factor theorem, show that x plus 5 is a factor of 2x cube plus 5x square minus 28x minus 15. Hence, factorize the expression. This expression we need to factorize. So, using factor theorem, it is very easy to show x plus 5 is a factor. What I'll do, beta, simple, make x plus 5 equal to 0. You will get x equal to minus 5. So now I can say, sir, remainder will be equal to, let's say this polynomial is p of x. So remainder will be equal to value of this polynomial at x equal to minus 5, which will be equal to 2 into minus 5 cube plus 5 into minus 5 square minus 28 into minus 5 minus 15. So remainder is equal to minus 5 cube is 125 into 2 is what? 250 minus 250, sorry, minus 250. Why minus 250? Because it will be minus 125. Okay, minus 5 square is plus 25 into 5 is plus 125. Then minus 28 into minus 5. So minus 28 into minus 5, negative into negative is positive. 28 5s are 140 minus 50. So we are getting negative negatives. If I'll add, it will be minus 265, and here if I'll add them, it will be plus 265, which means remainder is equal to 0. And if remainder is equal to 0, I can clearly say x plus 5 is a factor of p of x. Okay, beta? Now I can say very well that it will be a factor. Once I know that this is a factor, now look at this polynomial p of x. This polynomial p of x is a cubic polynomial. If it is a cubic polynomial, I can say, sir, it has maximum 3 zeros, so maximum 3 factors it can have. So let's say we say there are 3 factors for this cubic polynomial. Alright, अब देखो बेटा, a cubic polynomial has possibility of less than 3 zeros, but all the question in your syllabus, just remember whatever is the degree, that many zeros. ठीक है? In higher grades you'll get to know that if the zeros are less, what to do, but right now whatever is degree, that many zeros. ठीक है? So px is a cubic polynomial. ठीक है? So cubic polynomial, 3 zeros, so 3 factors. Now out of these 3 factors, I know one of the factor is x plus 5. I don't know the remaining 2. So what I'll do, to get the remaining 2, I'll say, so divide this polynomial with x plus 5, and we will get our required 2 polynomial. We'll get our required 2 polynomial. So let's do this division. Alright, so this division, if I'll do, 2x cube plus 5x square minus 28x minus 15. This I'll divide with x plus 5. So what I'll do, first I need to create 2x cube from x. So multiply x with 2x square. 2x square into x is 2x cube. 2x square into 5 is plus 10x square. Alright, at this step, beta, what we'll do? Simple, sir, subtraction. So change the sign, minus, minus. This got cancelled. 5 minus 10 is minus 5x square minus 28x minus 15. So minus 5x square multiply, we have to multiply x with something to get minus 5x square. Obviously I'll multiply with minus 5x. So minus 5x into x is minus 5x square. Minus 5x into 5 will be minus 25x. All right. Now at this time, what I'll do, beta? Again, subtraction. So what will happen? This will become plus. This will become plus. This got cancelled. Minus 28 plus 25. We are left with minus 3x minus 15. How do I create minus 3x from x? Simple, multiply with minus 3. So minus 3 into x is minus 3x. Minus 3 into plus 5 is minus 15. Again, beta, if I will do the subtraction, so minus will become plus, minus will become plus, minus 3x plus 3x got cancelled, minus 15 plus 15 got cancelled, remainder is 0. And you can see very well that beta, in this step remainder must be 0. Why remainder must be 0 in this division? Because I am doing the division by its factor. X plus 5 is a factor of p of x. So we know remainder must be equal to 0. When you get remainder equal to 0, you can say you are doing it correct. So this is a check. If your remainder is 0, that means you are doing correct. Okay? Now you will tell me, sir, wait. You told us that when you will do this division, you will get the remaining two factors. But instead, you are getting this other polynomial. Where are my two factors? Right, you'll ask this. So simple thing, beta, this is a quadratic polynomial. And this quadratic polynomial, if I will factorize it further, you will get the remaining two factors. So let us factorize this. We have 2x square minus 5x and minus 3 equal to 0. So I found two numbers such that addition is minus 5 and multiplication also is 2 into minus 3 minus 6. So obviously it will be equal to minus 6 plus 1 minus 6 plus 1. Don't say minus 2 minus 3, because minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6, not minus 6. Alright, so it will be 2x square minus 6x plus x minus 3 equal to 0. Take 2x common, you are left with x minus 3. Take plus 1 common, you are left with x minus 3 equal to 0. You can say, sir, x minus 3 if I will take common, this is beta that grouping method, into 2x plus 1. Okay, from this step ahead, if I give you this step, this is the grouping method. Before that, it is the splitting the middle term method. Okay, so these are your remaining two factors. These are your remaining two factors. No need to write equal to 0. Obviously, no need to write equal to 0. So these are your remaining two factors. So now I can say that, sir, the polynomial p of x, it has three factors. One we have got at the starting x plus 5. The other two are x minus 3 and 2x plus 1. Now if I ask you what are the zeros, by these are your factors. Okay? If I ask you what are the zeros, so for zeros, make each factor equal to 0. So x plus 5 equal to 0. You can say x equal to minus 5. There is 1 0. Or x minus 3 equal to 0. So you will get x equal to 3. This is the second 0. Or 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So you can get these zeros also once you have done the factorization. That is why factorization of any polynomial is very important, because it gives us 0. Okay, beta? Now listen very carefully. Yeah, in this question, at least I knew in the question only one factor, which was x plus 5. But question itself gave me that check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not. And then I got to know if any one factor is there, I did the division. What if I don't know any of the factors? I give you a cubic polynomial and I don't give you any of these factors. In that case, what will happen? Alright, so let's look at that kind of question now. So the next question we have of the same kind, which I am telling you right now. Next question, what it says, using the factor theorem, factorize the expression 3x cube plus 10x square plus 6 minus plus x minus 6, hence solve the equation. What does it mean, hence solve the equation? Find the zeros. ठीक है? अब बेटा देखो, obviously we don't know any of the factor. ठीक है? This is, let's say, p of x. We don't know any factor of p of x. I know this polynomial p of x is a cubic polynomial, so it will have 3 zeros. We don't know any one of them, so from where I will start doing the division? Beta, can you know? Do you know? Do you know what can be done right now? ठीक है, तो apply the logic. You will say, sir, in the previous question also, one factor was given to me. Up here I don't know any factor, so let's try to get different values. Let's try to get any one factor. So for that, what we'll do, beta, look at this constant term. Here the constant term is -6. Write all the factors of 6. It will be plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, and plus minus 6. These are the factors of 6, and these are the only numbers which divide 6. Now out of these, any one of them will definitely be a 0. Out of all these numbers, one of them will definitely be 0. In most of the cases, beta, by this 1, 2, 3 you get any one answer. ठीक है, तो let us find out. अब देखो 0 कैसे check करेंगे? Let us find out any one value. So let's find out the value of this p of x at x equal to 1. It will be 3 into 1 cube plus 10 into 1 square plus 1 minus 6. Obviously it will be 3 plus 10 plus 1 minus 6, which is not equal to 0. And 10, 13, 14 minus 6, 8, not equal to 0. P of 2, let's check. Sorry, P of minus 1, let us check. So 3 into minus 1 cube plus 10 into minus 1 plus 1 minus 6. So it will be minus 3 minus 10 plus 1 minus 6, which is again not equal to 0. Which is again not equal to 0. Let's find out P of 2. So 3 into 2 cube plus 10 into 2 square plus 1 minus 6. It is again not equal to 0. Yaar. It is again not equal to 0. Let's go for P of minus 2. 3 into minus 2 cube plus 10 into 2 square plus 1 minus 6. Let's check. So minus 2 cube is minus 8 into 3 is minus 24. 2 square is 4. 4 into 10 is plus 40 plus 1 minus 6. Again it is not equal to 0. Again beta, if you check it for P of 3, it will not be equal to 0. Dekh lo, 3 pe obviously much positive. Let's check for P of minus 3. So P of minus 3 will be 3 into minus 3 cube plus 10 into 3 square plus 1 minus 6. So minus 3 cube is minus 27. Minus 27 into 3 is minus 81. 3 square is 9 plus 10 is into 9, 10 is 90 plus 1 minus 6. So it will be equal to, oh sorry, why I am writing plus 1 everywhere? In place of x I have to write the different values, right? Here also at the end all these are not equal to 0. I'll directly write it. Okay, all of you can see here, these all are not equal to 0. This is not equal to 0, not equal to 0, not equal to 0, not equal to 0. This is also not equal to 0. So here, sorry, it will be plus not 1, plus minus 3 over here, because x is minus 3. So plus minus 3. So it will be minus 81 plus 90 minus 3 minus 6. So it will be minus 90 plus 90, which means equal to 0. So I got to know that P of minus 3, value of this polynomial at x equal to minus 3 is equal to 0. So I can say, dekhna dhyan se beta, so I can say here very well that x equal to 3 is a 0 of P of x. So if x equal to 3 is a 0, what will be a factor? Shift 3 over there. X minus 3 is a factor. So when you don't know any of these factors, you start with this. This is called trial and error. You are trying different values and you keep on trying till you get your correct one, where you get the value of the polynomial equals 0. Till that time, keep trying. Okay? So now I got to know कि sir, one of the 0 is x minus 3. To get the remaining two zeros, I have to divide this polynomial. Now exactly same. Divide this polynomial by x minus 3. Let's do that division. So 3x cube plus 10x square plus x minus 6. Wait. I think I have written wrong over here. X equal to minus 3 is a 0. So if x equal to minus 3 is 0, x plus 3 is a factor. And if x plus 3 is a factor, here also x plus 3. Now correct. Okay? So I have to divide this 3x cube plus 10x square plus x minus 6 with x plus 3. Do this division. At the end, remainder must be 0. Please remember this. So 3x cube I can create from x by multiplying with 3x square. So it will be 3x cube. 3x square into 3 is plus 9x square. Alright, let's do the subtraction. Alright, so minus got cancelled. 10 minus 9 is x square plus x minus 6. How do I create x square from x? So multiply it with x. So x into x is x square. X into 3 is plus 3x. Again, let's do the subtraction. What we are getting? Minus x square got cancelled. X minus 3x is minus 2x minus 6. How do I create minus 2x from x? Multiply with minus 2. So minus 2x minus 2 into 3 is minus 6. At the end, again, if you will change the denominator, here it will become plus. This to this got cancelled. Remainder is again 0. Division is correct. So this will give me my remaining two factors. Let's find out the remaining two factors, guys. So we have now the equation 3x square plus x minus 2, right? 3x square plus x minus 2. So this time we want two numbers such that their addition is equal to 1 and their multiplication is minus 6. So this time it will be addition is 1. So 3 and minus 2. 3 into minus 2. So 3x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 2. Take 3x common, x plus 1. Take minus 2 common, x plus 1. So we are left with x plus 1 into 3x minus 2. Wait, yeah, x plus 1 is getting, so x equal to minus 1, I should get it. Why have I made a mistake? Minus 1 cube minus 3. Yeah, I was getting it. I didn't see it correctly. I didn't see it correctly. P of minus 1 also. I wouldn't have taken this many steps. That is why I was saying, yeah, why it is taking too long. Generally, in 2-3 steps, you get 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2. One of them will be a 0. So P of minus 1 here only, I could have got it is equal to 0. Okay, beta? Actually, I put the wrong value. That is why. It took me a lot of time. I was also thinking why it is taking so long. Okay. Chalo. But at the end, I hope it is clear. The main logic, calculation mistakes do happen. Don't worry about it. But I hope it is clear that if we don't know any of the factor, use trial and error method. Find one of the factor. Once you got to find one of the zeros, once you get a 0, you'll get the factor, divide that by the given polynomial, factorize the quotient, you will get the remaining two factors. So I can say this P of x is equal to x plus 1 into 3x minus 2 into the one we have got is x plus 3. Okay? At the end, answer will remain same. Alright, bachcho. Okay? So, अब देखो बेटा, as I have been telling you right now, at the starting also I have told you that it is very important to have a guidance when you are preparing for examination, है ना? And that too a serious preparation for grade 10. It requires a very good guidance. And right now, the most reliable source for your guidance you will get at Vedantu, because it is coming with Vedantu Improvement Promise. This promise gives you guaranteed improvement. Yes, you heard me right. You get guaranteed improvement. You get the guaranteed improvement. That means कि we will make sure by the end of this year you will improve in your marks, no matter what happens. Alright, if you do not improve, then what? If you don't improve, in that case, take your whole course fee back. Yes, you heard me right. If you don't improve in your marks, take your whole course fee back. Only thing we want from you is when you take the course, you should come for at least 75% of the classes, and 75% of the test you need to complete. Otherwise, it is a very small criteria taken over here, because 75% class is what? Nothing, yeah. This minimum number is also kept because it's not like we are giving you a say something like here you just buy this course, you will improve. That is not possible. All of you also know that you cannot buy education, right? Your hard work will be there, but with this promise we are giving you a helping hand. We are telling you that beta, you are not alone in this journey. We at Vedantu are also with you, all right? And we'll make sure that once you are coming to the classes are going to be so much fun, the classes are going to be so much exciting that this percentage of attendance will be very less for you. All right, they'll be like, yes sir, I'll complete 100%. Now this minimum criteria we have kept because sometimes there may be some internet issue or some personal reason for which these are genuine reasons for which the student may not be able to attend the class. That is why 75% criteria is kept. Now what are the features which you'll get in this course? So you have very like numbers of features. Like one of the features you can see is unlimited live classes. You can take as many classes as you want with whatever times you want. You can go for the micro courses to meet different teachers, and you can take the master classes, any subject, anything. You will get notes, tests, assignments, doubt solving, everything beta you will get at one place. So this pro subscription feature is loaded with awesome features to make your learning better. That is why I will say less price, more classes. All right, so the link for registration is mentioned in the description box of this video as well as in the pinned comment, and the coupon code is GPE Pro. What does this GPE Pro will do beta? So this code will give you extra 10% off, and that will be the minimum price at which you'll be able to purchase this course. All right, so now let me show you quickly how you can do that. Okay, let's say, yeah, over here this is the video. Now in the description box beta you can see over here with register for Vedantu Pro subscription. Just click on this link, register for Vedantu Pro subscription. Click on this link, you'll be taken to this page, registration page. Now here you can click on this change to select your grade or to change your board. Right now I'm taking class 10th ICSE. अब देखो बेटा, you have three types of courses: Pro Lite, Pro Classic, Pro Plus. Now let me be very clear over here. Beta, whether you take Pro Lite or Pro Classic or Pro Plus, your classes will be conducted same. Your classes are going to be same. There will be no difference at all in the classes. ठीक है? All the classes will be same. Only difference is the post class experience. In Pro Classic you get doubt solving on mobile app. In Pro Plus you got doubt solving on mobile app as well as personal mentor. Alright, if you want to get any more information about that, you can just click on the feature and you'll get the information about personal mentor. Personal mentor is a very good thing, guys. In this you get a dedicated teacher, you get as a mentor who will be taking care of all your doubts, be it academic, non-academic. You're feeling demotivated, just call them, talk to them. They'll make sure that you are always motivated throughout this session. Alright, so guys, if you want, you can try these courses for 1 month if you have never tried, or if you want to try, or if you are satisfied, you can directly buy a complete course as well. Only thing, make sure here GPE Pro is applied, because this GPE Pro will give you 10% off. Alright, so any other doubt which I was not able to answer, you can come at the bottom of this page, frequently asked question, and you will be able to get your answer. ठीक है बच्चों? All right, चलो let's move ahead to the next question. Next question we have is this. अब बहुत अच्छा question, this is a very good question. X plus a is a common factor of expressions this and this, fx and gx. Show that a is equal to n minus q upon m minus p. अब obviously बेटा देखो, I don't have any other choice rather than using the information common factor. That means x plus a is a factor of f of x, and x plus a is a factor of g of x also. So if I say that x plus a is a factor of f of x, then I can say x equal to minus a is a 0 of f of x. Yes or no? Shift a, make it equal to 0, shift a over there. So x equal to minus a is 0. That means I can say f of minus a must be equal to 0. That is what meaning of 0, right? So minus a whole square, f of x, wherever is x, write a. So minus a whole square, write minus a, plus p into minus a plus q equal to 0. So you got a square minus ap plus q equal to 0. This is my first equation. Similarly, beta, if x plus a is a factor of g of x, then I can say x is equal to minus a will be is a 0 of g of x also. So again I can say g of minus a also must be equal to 0. Yes or no? Using the same logic, I can say g of minus a must be equal to 0 because x plus a is a common factor. So it will be minus a whole square plus m into minus a plus n equal to 0. So it will be a square minus ma plus n equal to 0. These are my two equations. Now you can see, guys, both the equations 1 and equation 2 are equal to 0. So if these two equations, their RHS are equal, their LHS also must be equal. So I can say that, sir, a square minus ap plus q is equal to a square minus mp plus n. A square to a square got cancelled, right? Shift minus mp over there, q over here. So minus mp will become plus mp minus ap. Oh, must I am a, not mp, ma. Writing the equation wrong. ma, ma, ap. There is ap only, na? Minus ap and here ma. So minus ma will become plus ma minus ap over here is equal to n, q will become minus q. Take here a common, guys, so you are left with m minus p is equal to n minus q, and at the end we have got a is equal to n minus q upon m minus p. So whenever, beta, whatever information is given in your question, just try to utilize that information, you will reach to your answer. Here I got to know x plus is a common factor. So if x plus a is a factor, x equal to minus a will be a 0 of both f of x as well as g of x. So make f of minus a equal to 0 and g of minus a equal to 0. Then after that, just making the equations equal, you got your answer. Alright, beta, okay? Next question. Now, once we have solved the questions like this is our star question. Yes or no? This is our star question. What it says: given that x minus 2 and x plus 1 are the factors of this, calculate the values of a and b, hence find all the factors. So I can say, sir, if x minus 2 is a factor and x plus 1 is a factor of this, they are first asking us calculate the values of a and b. So I can clearly say, sir, if x minus 2 is a factor of this f of x, I can say shift x minus 2 equal to 0, x equal to 2 is a 0. That means f of 2 must be equal to 0. So it will be 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square, plus 3 x square, so plus 3 into 2 square plus a into 2 plus b, make it equal to 0. So 2 cube is 8, 2 square is 4, 3s are 12 plus 2a plus b equal to 0. So you'll get 2a plus b, 8 plus 12 is 20, is shifted over there, minus 20. This is my first equation, guys. Alright. Similarly, I can say that x plus 1 is a factor. If x plus 1 is a factor, make x plus 1 equal to 0, 1 over there, x equal to minus 1 is a 0. That means f of minus 1 also must be equal to 0. So I can say minus 1 cube plus 3 into minus 1 square. I don't know why I'm keeping this bracket in front of 3 again and again. Okay, 3 into minus 1 square plus a into minus 1 plus b equal to 0. Equal to 0. Minus 1 cube is minus 1. Minus 1 square is 1 into 3 is plus 3 minus a plus b equal to 0. So what you are getting, if I shift minus a and b over there, minus a will become plus a, b will become minus b. So a minus b, 3 minus 1 is 2. A minus b is equal to 2. This is my second equation. I have got two equations, linear equation in two variables. Let us solve both. So if I will solve both, guys, use elimination method. I have 2a plus b is equal to minus 20 and a minus b is equal to 2. Add both the equations, b got cancelled. 3a is equal to minus 18, a is equal to minus 6. And if a is equal to minus 6, put minus 6 over here. Minus 6 minus b is equal to 2. Minus b is 6 plus 2, 8. So b is equal to minus 8. Done. So minus 6 is a is equal to minus 6 and b is equal to minus 8. Now what I do? Now I can say, sir, now I know what is my f of x. So this f of x is equal to x cube plus 3x square plus a is what? Minus 6. So plus minus of 6 plus into minus 6 is what? Minus 6 only. So minus 6x minus 8. Alright, beta, I know it is a cubic polynomial, so it will have 3 factors. Out of these 3 factors, I know 2 are x minus 2 and x plus 1. So remaining one I can get by shifting these two in the division. So I will get my required third factor, x minus 2 into x plus 1. If I will multiply them, it will be x square minus 2x plus x will be minus x minus 2 is equal to the third factor. Let's do this division, guys. So we have x cube plus 3x square minus 6x minus 8 divided by x square minus x minus 2, right? X square minus x minus 2. How do I create x square from x? How do I create x cube from x square? So multiply with x. X into x square is x cube. X into minus x is minus x square. X into minus 2 is minus 2x. Shift, change the signs. Minus plus plus. Got cancelled. 3 plus 4x square minus 6 plus 2x minus 4x minus 8. How do I create 4x square from x square? So simple, multiply with 4. 4 into x square is 4x square. 4 into minus x is minus 4x. 4 into minus 2 is minus 8. Alright, what I'll do now, I will change the signs. So let us change these signs. It will become minus plus plus. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Obviously dividing by factors, remainder must be 0. So this is my required third factor. So I can say this f of x is equal to x minus 2 into x plus 1 into x plus 4. This is my remaining third factor. Okay, beta? So this is how this question will be done. Again, yeah, same logic every time. Once you have understood the relationship between factors and zeros, this topic is just a child's play for all of you. So do attempt all the questions. Please don't be afraid. All the questions are very easy, right? You can see every time it is the same method every time. Alright, bacho. So with this, we have finished our factorization topic. I am giving you one homework question. Please don't forget to solve this question. What is this question saying? By this expression leaves remainder 0 and 30 when divided by x plus 1 and 2x minus 3. Calculate the value of b and c and hence factorize the expression. I would like all of you to give me the answer in the comment section. Alright, okay. I'll wait for your answer in the comment section. I can see nowadays very less students are giving the answer. Guys, these questions I am giving you thoda sa difficult so that at least you will be able to perform it. Ab dekho, if I will give you a very easy question and I will be like ki bahut sare bacche are doing comments, then it will be like ki just it is for comments I am doing. I want to give you good question, so please solve these questions, very important. Alright beta, So thank you so much. As I've told you, the link is mentioned in the description box of this video as well as in the pinned comment. The coupon code is GPE Pro to get 10% off. I have told you ki beta, don't forget to apply GPE Pro and you can try these courses for 1 month as well. And Vedanta Improvement Promise gives you the guarantee of improvement. If you don't improve, take your whole course fee back. Only thing we want from you is 75% of the attendance and 75% of test completion. ठीक है बच्चों, so this is all and you can see the batches are starting very soon, but please don't wait till the time your batches start, because even if you take the course now, in between that period beta you can utilize that time by starting your preparation. You can go for the micro courses, meet different teachers, get comfortable with the teachers. That's very important. So take the course right now, do not delay it much. Alright bachcho, so thank you so much guys for coming to the session. I hope all of you enjoyed this, and obviously if you have liked the video, please don't forget to like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much guys. I see you soon. Bye bye. Sayonara. Khuda Hafiz to all of you. Bye bye.